Alright, it's been a couple weeks since I filmed the video. Haven't really had anything going on. I did record a couple things, but I never made them into a video. But snagged up this sandblaster for free. I need to get some media for it, and I should probably get a new pair of gloves. But it's a scat blast. It's got a little vacuum setup on it. I was messing around with a wheel weight in there, but for free you can't beat it. I've got the other wheel weight down there I need to do, and I got another air compressor for free. It needs a electric motor. The compressor part and all was working, so see if I can track down a motor for a reasonable price. Here's a compressor part for it. And the 68 Super 12 is no longer here, it's gone. I traded that for a snow cab and some wheel weights and some other crap I traded, but anyway, there it is. It's missing the front piece. It's not the prettiest thing, but it's better than not having one. At least it'll block me so I don't get the crap thrown in my eyes. It's missing the brackets for the bottom. And the rear bracket doesn't work because it was on an older tractor that I guess had the toolbox. So it doesn't, because this has the gas tank under the seat. So I just got some rubber, those really heavy duty rubber bungee cords kind of supporting it. It's pretty sturdy now, but I'd like to make some brackets for it. It's not terrible, but it's not the best looking thing. I'd like to find a piece for the bottom, but it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just looking for something to block some of that off. But I got rid of the 68. The engine off of it's over there on the workbench. I got rid of it as a roller, and I snagged some of the good stuff off of it. I kept my wheel weights and my wheels with the chains, and I kept the tri-ribs. Alright, I picked up this Sears mid-mount blade, and I don't know if it's been like this since it was new or not, but somebody had it all apart and put it together wrong. Because this side was on the bottom, so when you went to pull on the lever, the blade wouldn't come all the way up. It would only come like halfway up. So I went ahead and unbolted it. It was bolted onto the blade wrong, and it was bolted onto that upside down. And I think I'm going to try to flip these brackets. I think they flip sides, and I think it should be farther forward because it's hitting the corner of the running board mount. At least that's what I think. I'm going to try to do that too, but it's been together wrong for a long time. I don't know if they had the Sears decal on the back of this for when you run the rake. I'm not sure exactly how it attaches. I think the rake just attaches right to this, but that's found a decal behind it. So I just got the clip out of this. I had to heat it up with a torch. And I'm going to try to get that cotter pin out of there and try to get this stuff adjustable because it's pretty rusty. And I'm going to clean all this up, try to bring some of the paint back. But once I get into putting it back together and all that, I'll record some of that. And once I go to put it on, I'll record that. I don't know if I'll get any footage this weekend of using it or not. It's raining. But because I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't go up past a certain amount. And I don't know if you can tell on camera, but you can see where it hadn't been going all the way up for a long time. And I'm going to work on cleaning that up and getting that adjustment moving. But That's what I found. Right now this pin is stuck and it should go through the other way. So I got it soaking. I'm going to try to heat it up and get it to push out. Which I guess the model number stays upside down, because this is the way I've seen the majority of them. I just went to one of the Facebook groups and searched mid-mount blade and looked at a bunch of them. So I don't know if it was made upside down or if somebody just put it together. Because I'm assuming it probably came in pieces and somebody had to put it together when they bought it, to some degree. I'm not sure though. And on the manual things, I found a PDF for the manual, and it shows that you can still have these on there, so I might try to put those back on. I labeled them so I can put them away, but I'm gonna see what I can figure out, and I'll turn this back on when I figure something out. Figured I'd make this video. I didn't film anything putting the mid-mount blade on, but that's what I picked up. I went and got it from the guy the other night. Pretty decent shape, it's not terrible. I think I might have these brackets on wrong though. I think I might have to flip sides. And I made some new pins to pin it on. I just got some, I forget what size this is, with some round rod, cut it out, put a taper on the end, drilled holes, and I put a roll pin in like the original ones had. And I also got a cultivator and a 3-point hitch handle extension. Cultivator's over here. I gotta swap the gauge wheels off of this piece of metal onto it. But I put this on the SS15 last night. I don't know if I'm going to add this in with the snow cab video or not, but that's another thing I filmed the other day. But pretty much these pins just, you could see the one I made last night. Plus it's missing a bolt in the bottom here. I don't know if it's supposed to be pinned or not, but it's kind of what I got going on there. Depending on what all happens, I might have a video doing some crap on the driveway with the blade. Depends on what the weather's gonna be like this weekend. But there's not really a whole lot more to say about it right now. It's got the stop there when you have it in the float mode, so it only go down so low. Then it has notches for set heights. Then you can pivot it. It's got the bar in it now, but kind of like a rear blade, but it's hooks on both ends. It's got a thing to stop it from pivoting. Here, I think you can see it here. Alright, if I don't get anything else in this video, it'll be the end here. Alright, here's a little update. I got this cleaned up and got the adjuster working for the tilt. I had to drill that cotter pin out. I just cut it off and pulled it through. But I ran a tap and a die through everything on this, so it spins freely. I got this piece cleaned up. Got some of the surface rust off of it. And this is the way it's supposed to be. It was on there upside down. It was like this. So the crossbar for the lift thing was hitting there and it wouldn't let it come all the way up. So I got that done. And I'm working on cleaning up the adjuster for the float position. And I got wire wheel these pins, make sure they slide in and out easy. And I got the blade done. Thankfully it's raining out, so I'm washing the soapy water and crap off. But I'll pull this back out when I get a chance. Alright, I got it all back together. Except for I still gotta finish putting that adjuster back in for the level. I got everything flipped around the way it should be, at least from what I've seen online. Now I'm gonna try and flip the brackets that's on the tractor now. See what that does. But I'll pull this back out when I'm throwing it on. And I greased the pins in the back. I still got to put the one in there, but cleaned up pretty good. This all moves freely now to adjust the tilt of the blade. So I'm going to try to flip these brackets around and see what happens. I'm not going to film that. I got this all cleaned up. I'm going to put some grease on it. Put that back on. Alright, I went ahead and got the blade back on. I didn't film it because I didn't know if it was going to work like this. I don't know the proper way the brackets are supposed to be, but everything seems to work like that. I just put a longer bolt in the bottom for the mower deck brackets, because I'd rather keep them on the tractor instead of losing them or getting rid of them, because I don't know what they're for. So put those on. The blade now goes up to the top notch, and I got the side to side adjusted pretty level because that's all I'm going to use it for. I'm not going to have to put a curve on anything. And I got this all lubed up and got a jam nut on it. I put a jam nut on the bottom of the other adjuster too because I didn't know how exactly it was supposed to be set up, but I figured I'd put one on there to try to lock it. It still struggles to go up to the top position. It's a little bit hard, but it goes way farther. It used to stop out here, but I'm liking it. This is pretty handy. I got a socket rigged up so I can slip a socket on there and use an impact, but I slid that under the front of the blade to run it up, because all this blade does is it's got a fork on the end of it, and it's got this washer or whatever welded on this stud, and then you put a pin through the bottom with a clip, and everything clears the mower deck hangers just fine. So I put them on. Like I said, it was upside down before because this bar would bottom out on the bottom of the brace there, and the blade was actually, the whole thing was upside down. So I fixed that. Like I said, I can't test it today because it's raining, so this video will probably carry on to tomorrow. But it's on there. Everything should be good now. The only thing I didn't check yet, I think, make sure all the drag link clears, which I think it does. And I got another set of wheel weights I bought on eBay. It was pretty cheap for eBay prices, and they'll probably go on this. I'll probably double stack them. I have a set in here, but they need to be painted. There's the one there. I started messing with sandblasting them. But that's pretty much all I got going on today. I got this fixed, and that's good. Like I said, I don't know which way these brackets are technically supposed to go, because with them around the other way, they hit the running board, and I'm assuming they're the original brackets. I'm not sure though. But she's on there correct now. And I just got some new media for the sandblaster. I dumped the old crap out the bottom, but I had to deal with a bunch of stuck stuff on that blade. The cotter pin for the side-to-side adjustment to tilt the blade, that was completely stuck in there. I couldn't get it to budge, so I just broke both ends off, pulled it out, and then drilled it. I gotta clean this pin up and still put it in the back. Which that more looks centered in the tractor with the brackets like that. It moved it forwards. It might suck a little bit to reach down on the handle when you're on there, but there's not a great amount of information out there on these things. There is a manual. I probably should have looked at it a little bit closer, but I kind of just skimmed online, because on the picture on the front of the manual, it's got the mower deck bracket still on it, which that was also for the older style with the snow plow dozer blade handle. This is the newer one, I believe. But everything cleaned up pretty good. I just wanted to get some of the surface rust a little bit darker so it didn't look as bad. I think it looks pretty decent on there. But I'll pull this back out, whatever else I get into. I don't remember what the last thing I filmed was, but I got a bunch of crap out. Finally put the 3-point on the SS14. Got my moldboard plow on that. Got my potato plow on the 67 Super 12. Got my tiller and the tote box on the 69 Suburban 12. I put the front weight on the SS15, and I put the rear blade on. And I also added this 3-point handle extension. And I put some washers, well, they're actually turbo 350 transmission bushings to space the cab out so I could get the hood open easier. And I got the chute turner on. Got that stuff put on. And I just got the hydro left. I'm going to get all these out tomorrow and run them around. I mainly wanted to clean up under the workbench, and that's where all the attachments were pretty much. So I gotta finish cleaning up under there. And I think before I quit filming, I said I had to take apart a cultivator. I took that apart. I really need a better, because the air compressor I'm using now for the sandblaster, it doesn't work that great. I mean, it worked good for some of this stuff. I kind of need to hit these wheels again. I mean, I'm happy with that. I'm not worried about making it perfect. This is something that's going to be in the dirt, so I didn't do that much prep work on this mold board when I painted it. But I got all the pieces and stuff over here. I got to get new bolts that attach the diggers to the... I broke all those off because they were all rusty. So I have a couple of those in there I started working on. But been a busy day. I think I'm about to wrap it up. But got a lot done. I might throw the Gannon on the back of the Hydro tomorrow when I get them all out and take a picture of them all with all my attachments. Because this is pretty much all my attachments, except for I have a 48 and a 42 inch deck in the back, and dozer blade. And then I got my two 16.6s in West Virginia, one with a sickle mower and one with a mower deck 42 inch. Then I got a disc up there too. But other than that, this is pretty much all the attachments I have. I'll probably just paint this cultivator the same color that I painted the disc the same color as this. I think it's just a Ace Hardware brand rust stop semi-gloss or something. I cleared it, but I think it was only semi-gloss. But like I said, this is the first time I've had the complete 3-point on the SS14. I haven't ran this much since I finished it. I'll run it for a while tomorrow. I think I've had, the only ones I haven't really had running, I haven't had that running since it snowed a couple months ago. I had this running not too long ago. I had the Suburban 12 running not too long ago. I had this running not that long ago. So realistically, the only one that I don't know how good it's going to start is this one. Alright, I didn't end up filming anything else. I just ran out of time. But I had all the tractors out. I never used the mid-mount blade yet. But I'll have a video out on that in the next couple weeks. I should anyway. I got a new lineup in here. I got the Hydro, the SS15, the SS14, 67 Super 12, and then the rest of them. I reorganized my attachment pile. I had all these out today. But Hydro and the SS15 look good next to each other. I can't remember what all I filmed in this video. I don't know if I'm going to make 2 videos out of it. I started sandblasting my cultivator. It's not turning out great, but it was really rusty. Like I think I said this earlier in the video, but I'm just going to try to make it look better than rust. I'm not worried about making it look good. And I got the rest of the parts inside the sandblaster now. I don't even know if you can see in there. Some of it's under there. So I'm going to try to get it painted here in the next week or 2. And what else do I have to do? I ran the SS14 for a while today. I really haven't ran it much since I finished it. It was a little smoky. I don't know if something's going on or if it's just because I haven't ran it much and that stack still got oil in it and all the pipes. Because once it ran for about 5 minutes or less, it cleared up. But everything started pretty good. The 18.6, these Onans, I usually just spray a little starting fluid in there to help get fuel up. I got a shut-off valve on it to try to keep fuel up there, but it's been sitting since I made that snow blowing video, I don't know, a month or two ago at this point probably. But I had them all out and drove them around and cleaned up a little bit in here. I got the HH120 off my 68 that I got rid of under there, put on the shelf. And I don't know if I showed it in this video, but I want to sell my ST12. It's not in here now, but I'm looking to sell that. So if anybody's close to Maryland and is interested in the ST12, it's going to come with these wheel weights. I think they're John Deere. They're not perfect, but they're wheel weights. And I'd sell it with a 3-point for more money. But anyway, I think that's going to wrap up this video on the mid-mount blade and whatever else. I'm just going to make a general update because I haven't posted in a while. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. And here in the next couple weeks, I should be getting ready to go to West Virginia and get the tractors I have up there running for the first time since October.